So I often meet with a number of staff and faculty in different groups, but seeing you all together is a reminder of what it takes and who it takes to serve our students as best we can. And we're doing well. As some of you know, we've been named the #1 school of education in the country for the second year in a row. So you all play an important part in our success, whether you're behind the scenes, making our college run smoothly, or directly interacting with students. Your impact is felt. You make TC a real community, and that's what makes a difference. I know we all feel better coming to a place where we feel we belong. We also want to feel inspired by what we do. One thing I know about our community is that we are focused on making the world a better place. That's in the DNA of the college. It's why our students come here. It's what our faculty are doing here, and it's what draws our staff to work here. I know we are also committed to making the college a better place. Helping the college to work better makes us do better for our students. We all want to come together around a common goal, our mission, and part of that means understanding how we are doing. So let me start by saying, the college is in a strong place. Let's have an applause for that. I want to say that again. And thanks to the quality of our faculty and strength of our academic programs and to the good work of our admissions, marketing, and financial aid teams, enrollment is on target. As of this fall, we have about 4,600 students. Our incoming students come from 44 states and 55 countries, with 66% reporting that they speak a language other than English. Of our domestic students, 33% come from historically underrepresented backgrounds, and 26% identify as first generations. Now, our enrollments have been stable for the last 3 years, though this is slightly lower than they were the previous 10 years. But we are working to adapt to and thrive at this new normal. And thanks to our finance and operations team and all of our budget managers across the college, we are managing our finances well. We completed this year with a balanced budget, and enrollment for fiscal year 2025 suggests that we will meet the budget expectations for this year. So that's where we start. Enrollment and management of our finances are central to our operations. This is what pays the bills. Now, in 2021, I launched 5 priorities that are about making sure we are a strong and vital institution. Many of you focus on these priorities as part of your work, so I want to provide some high-level updates in each area. The first is about the core of what we do, our academic model. This includes programs we offer, the faculty we recruit and retain, and how we align with the evolving needs of the field. Our priority is to build the optimal academic organization. So what does that mean? It's how we develop our substantive content and organizational design so that we can deliver the teaching, research, and educational experience that meet the needs of our students and faculty today and in the future. Over the last year, working with faculty, we completed a program analysis that studied the content, size, and staffing of our programs and the institution as a whole. Our goal was to align student demand, faculty expertise, delivery formats, and staffing for a revised and strengthened academic model. And over the next few years, I, along with other members of the cabinet, will work with faculty as we make adjustments and implement this model in an iterative process. Again, this is about the content of our work, supporting faculty as they evolve the programs to meet student needs. We are also building up our online and non-credit programming. To lead that effort, Will Trevor joined us in May to provide strategic leadership in expanding online education at TC. This January, we will initiate our winter session, which will include 4 credit courses, but also will feature professional development experiences under a new TC Academy banner. This is our successor to Continued Professional Studies Unit. TC Academy will extend our impact by engaging with K-12 teachers, educational leaders, and other audiences with high-quality, accessible, affordable, and just-in-time professional development. Now, our second priority is to institutionalize diversity, equity, and inclusion. Here, our goal is to develop and cultivate a diverse community where everyone is supported as they meet their potential, while we also lead the fight against systemic racism and to advance social justice. During a time of backlash against DEI initiatives across the country, we are not backing down. TC created its DEI leadership role 24 years ago with Janice Robinson in that inaugural role. Our policies, training, outreach, and campus supports were absolutely foundational to our ability to provide leadership, responses, resources, and support to the TC community over the past very challenging year. That team's steady provision of services to ensure all of our programs and materials are accessible, that our community is inclusive, and that we are able to effectively handle complaints and concerns about any kind of bias are crucial to our organizational health. Now, our third priority is improving student pathways. Here we sought to assess, understand, and refine the student pathway experience from application through graduation and beyond in support of student success. We have also focused intently on improving financial aid. We increased the doctoral fellowship stipend from $25,000 to $30,000 per year, and we're now working closely with each department on custom financial aid strategies to help them recruit, retain, and graduate their students. We also recently launched a case management platform to track our student communications, improving their experience with financial aid and registrar offices, and cutting down on response time and improving accuracy. And many of our alumni talk to me with appreciation for the help we've provided in their job searches through TC Next. And last year, we grew employer partnerships by 150 new employers. Our fourth priority is to increase our research funding for the college. Another of our new staff members, Dr. Carolyn Ebanks, joined TC this spring as our Vice Dean for Research, and she has begun to build on the work we have done over the last few years to strengthen our research funding, which of course has benefits to our scholarship, our students, and our bottom line. Caroline and her colleagues are setting the stage to broaden participation among faculty members, departments, centers, and institutes in proposal submissions to federal and foundation sponsors. And I'm pleased that we already have a strong foundation to grow on, with recent funders, including the National Institute of Health and the National Science Foundation, providing significant support for our research agenda. Finally, our fifth priority is to develop TC's leadership role in digital innovation. Our goal here is to situate the college at the forefront of pedagogic innovation and technology. And over the past year, our faculty, working with the Digital Futures Institute and in collaboration with the New York City Public Schools AI Policy Lab, and our teams played a pivotal role in helping to integrate artificial intelligence in New York City classrooms through rich professional development experiences. And our reputation as a leading-edge partner was solidified through the Google Trusted Testers program, which taps into our expertise in leveraging AI for educational applications. And being selected as the higher education partner for EdTech Week, which took place earlier this month, highlighted our thought leadership in such areas as ethical uses of AI in K-12 settings and integration of AI in colleges and universities. This is all good news and raises our visibility with potential partners. So that's a summary of our 5 priorities, and I want to thank especially the members of my cabinet who have led this work and will continue to strengthen the college as we move forward. Katie Embry, Carrie Ann O'Meara, Tani Castaneda, Hank Perkowski, Janice Robinson, Lisa Seals, Tamara Britt, and Roberta Albert. Now, how do we make our college even better? Let me start with some internal reforms. One thing I've heard is an eagerness to upgrade our systems. I know we have more work to do, but I want to acknowledge and appreciate the many efforts here that are intended to make our lives easier from virtually every department. This includes improved staff career development, opportunities through our Leadership Academy, to implementing new budget management software, to upgraded ways we file our conflict of interest forms. And I hope you all check out the new TC portal. I know a lot of staff were involved in focus groups and as beta testers for this, and it looks fantastic. So thank you for that. There are many ways our staff are working day in and day out to improve TCs in ways we don't even see. For example, our facilities team completed the retrofit of 20,500 light bulbs and 8,500 fixtures across the college. Thank you. I know they all came into our offices, but most of the time they did it when we weren't there. So this is both a cost saving and a sustainability measure. Now, these kinds of things improve the way we work, and I appreciate the effort it takes to get them done. The other factors in making TC a better place to be are about how we engage with the world around us. I recognize that last year was a very difficult one for all of us. The war in the Middle East caused and continues to cause deep pain and division. Student protests disrupted campuses across the nation and across the world. Columbia and Barnard both shut down their campuses in the face of protests, and I'm proud that TC remained open and generally peaceful, although not without challenges. At TC, we have so much in our favor. Perhaps most importantly, the rich diversity among our staff, faculty, and students. And in leading TC, I represent all of you. We span several generations. Some of us are lifelong New Yorkers. Some have come from across the US, others from across the world. We are of varied religions, ethnic heritages, genders, sexual orientation, and educational backgrounds. And we also have diversity of thought. Differences in opinion are healthy. They can also be difficult to navigate, especially as the world seems so fragile. So how do we show up in this environment? What is our vision for moving forward? And I will tell you mine. First, we want to make sure that our institution functions effectively, that we recruit and support excellent faculty and students, and that our bureaucratic systems work well. You can see that our 5 priorities work towards this end. I also appreciate that as a result of our dialogues that Carrie Ann led last year, we have a set of commitments, many already underway, that strengthen our efforts within these priorities and beyond, and strengthen our faculty and our work with students. We have also developed a set of values through those dialogues that we worked on together, and you can now find these on the About Us page on our website. They provide a firm grounding for us to move forward. Second, we want to effectively project our influence and impact into the world. You've heard me talk about the Public Good Initiative. I'm so pleased that over the course of meetings and events held this last year, our faculty across psychology, teacher education, digital innovation, and sustainability programs have been working together and are coming up with ideas and proposals for interdisciplinary work that we're looking forward to developing and sharing further. Over the year ahead, we will continue our efforts to facilitate collaboration, build internal and external partnerships, strengthen our communications function, and attract funders as we raise our impact on the public good. Now, I started my remarks by talking about what inspires me. Our ability to affect change, especially in those areas that are causing great harm, is something we want to shine a light on, because that work is inspirational to all of us. For instance, that includes groundbreaking efforts like preparing teachers with the Black Studies curriculum from New York City schools, developed through our Black Education Research Center in partnership with the New York City Public Schools. Particularly when there's backlash against teaching Black history, we are so proud that this launch received so much media attention. And just recently, we learned that our Gordon Institute received New York City Council funding to create a first ever Latina Studies curriculum in collaboration with the United Way of New York City and the Hispanic Foundation. Raising up these examples not only impacts the greater good, it impacts the college, it draws students and faculty and funders, and again, it inspires us and motivates us to do better and to do more. Third, let's continue to strengthen our community. Over the summer, we launched the new ACT initiative, Advancing Community Together. This includes a range of efforts from expanded trainings on addressing discrimination complaints, to clarifying our procedures, to coming together as a community in dialogue. We have arranged facilitated listening sessions and will soon announce a series of education sessions to explore historic context of the complex issues we are facing today. An important part of this effort is communicating better and more frequently, especially when our campus is affected, and making sure we take the time to explain what we are doing and why. We are focused on creating the conditions that enable our community members to do what they came here to do: research, scholarship, teach, learn, and work. As you've heard me say many times over the last year, the most control we have is on what goes on here, on our own campus, how we work together, how we treat each other, how we provide room to learn from each other, especially when we disagree. What's in our control is the important, enriching, and positive work you are all doing here at TC and the community that we build together. So making sure our institutions function effectively, projecting our influence and impact into the world, and strengthening our community are about making TC even better. So what can you do? Be an active member of our community. Support one another. Focus on our students. Embrace the changes that you and your colleagues are initiating in a collaborative way, not just to make the world better, but to make TC better. Take advantage of our ACT initiatives and share your feedback. On 120th Street, if you look up at the street sign, it says TC Way. And what I'm laying out here, our values, our priorities, our commitments, our focus on the public good. This is our TC Way forward. I'm confident that as we work together, we will rise to any challenges together, just as we celebrate our successes together. And I'm glad to be on this TC Way forward with all of you. Thank you.